Last year, we secured a $202,000 grant for our district schools, which brings in over 300 trees to 4 different schools in our district. We've planted over 1,000 trees. We went from a commission that just wanted to plant trees to a highly skilled, highly educated team of people who now plant the right tree in the right place, focusing on natives, because native environmental work is super important. And we are now entering into reforestation and forest regeneration. Our one team member, Susan Landau, who is not here tonight, I want to do a shout out to her because she and her husband run our sister organization, Friends of Foots Pond Wood. Under our umbrella and our support, they have taken a public park that had maybe 12 visitors a week to hundreds of visitors a week and is a go-to place for a lot of people in Morris County now. And it's because of that kind of work that our team is looking to do that in all the tiny forested areas attached to our parks. We cannot do that alone. We need resident support, and we need arm power for that. But I do want to say thank you to our council, who not only supports our initiatives with ordinances, but I know many of you have been have had wheelbarrows full of mulch and cutting vines and planting shrubs and doing all kinds of hard labor, which we appreciate. Of course, the mayor supports us, which we are deeply grateful for, and I also want to call out to Ms. Barrick, who I know that you heard me say this last year, but because Ms. Barrick has the ability to see our vision and help us make it happen, that goes a long way to supporting our initiatives. It's a rare quality in an administrator, and we are very lucky to have her. I also want to say thank you to our engineering team and our DPW team. We don't do anything without these people on board, and they're the people who normally get complaints. These are the people behind the scenes who help amazing, magical things happen for our team. So thank you so much. We very much appreciate all of you. Thank you.
I'll run down the list. For those who attended the Morristown Recreation Annual Easter Hunt, thank you for all who were there. I know a bunch of you were down there.
Great attendance.
Yeah, it was a good event.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little cold, but it was good.
Yeah, a little cold, right? We had the No Kings Rally. Shout out to the police department for another job well done in protecting the public's right to assemble and their First Amendment right of free speech. And so hats off to the organizers, but hats off to our police department for what they do to protect the public's right. On Monday, the 30th of March, the grand opening of Sabores Latinas on 91 Morris Street, owners of Chef Freddy's. We had a great ribbon cutting, and food was everywhere, and the food was really good, so try it. It's pretty good. We had a grand opening on the 31st of an ENT and Allergy Associates at 10 Madison Avenue, 3rd floor. I was actually there this morning and very impressed with their organization and their doctor-patient communication. So it's an ENT right around the corner at 10 Madison, brand new, and Allergy Associates. We had a ribbon cutting April 14th today at the Shade Tree Garage. Councilman Chris Russo was there. I got to tell you, I got to be honest. Did you know it was there?
I did not. I did not know it was there.
Did anybody know about it?
They were on Malcolm Street for years.
Yes, they
and I used them on Malcolm Street.
I go to the gym that's right in front of it, so.
Oh,
and,
well, I'll tell you
on
what,
that
you
block.
want to you need a place to get your car fixed? There's a lot of places to get your car fixed, but I was very impressed with their the way their business is set up. It's really cool that the owner is a councilman in Morris Plains, and it was very nice that the mayor from Morris Plains showed up to support him. It was really cool. They do a lot of work. They do old cars. So if you have old cars, like 70s, 60s, 40s, 20s, 80s, because these cars were built with carburetors and timing and belts and all the different things. Not like today. Today's cars are all electronic and computerized. They fixed the old stuff. There was a 70s Malibu.
72 Corvette.
72 Corvette. What was the other one?
They had an Aston Martin. That was a 2019, so a little newer.
Yeah, but they had MGs there, they
Yeah,
had,
MGs.
yeah, so they had some really cool stuff, so hats off to that, for those guys, to keep that business going. It's a new owner, after 49 years of one owner, and he bought it, and so it's terrific to still have that stuff being in Morristown. It's a service to our community, and hats off to the Shade Tree Garage on 171 Washington, under new ownership of Art Bruin from Morris Plains. Upcoming events, Sunday, April 19th, 3 to 5, South Asian Artists American Exhibit Art Show at MPAC. The event celebrates the rich and diverse artistic traditions of South Asia, featuring works from local and regional artists across a variety of mediums, including painting, sculpture, contemporary media, mixed media. It aims by fostering cultural appreciation, community engagement, and artistic dialogue with our town. 25th of April, 9 a.m., Arbor Day celebration at Jacob Ford Park basketball courts. Be there, right? Be there or be square. I was trying to figure a tree thing with it. I couldn't figure it out. April 26th, 8 a.m. to 11, 8 a.m. Yeah, I guess it is 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. PBAs, usually they have it in the evening. So I hope that's not a misprint. But 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., the PBA, our police department, has their annual Cops and Rotters car show around the green. Really cool. They have lots of cars around the green, so check them out. A couple of special notes. Retirement of Thomas Tex DeGroot. He started as a firefighter in October 2000 and was promoted to fire captain in 2020 and retired April 1st, 2026 after serving 26 years on our fire department. We wish him great success and happy trails in his retirement. He was a really great guy, and he will be missed in the Morristown Fire Department. I was going to interrupt, Kristen, just to remind people of the passing of Michael Rockland, and that's my neighbor, Patricia Art's husband, longtime and valued member of the Kellogg Club. Celebration of life at the Kellogg Club will be Sunday, April 26th from 2 to 4 p.m. He's an author, volunteer, professor, all-around great guy, great neighbor for all the years I've been living on Wetmore, and he will be missed, and we'll keep their family in our thoughts and prayers as you know, life is changing always. So hats off to what Michael Rockland did for our community. He will be missed. That's all I have, Council President.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All right, we'll move on to the council liaison reports. Councilman Abriak.
Yes, sir. The Morristown Partnership met on April 8th. The partnership is working with a company called Root to review landscape concepts for traffic islands and pocket parks throughout the town. So we looked at some artistic renditions, and looks really, really nice. Also, I have some pamphlets for all the council. Morristown Restaurant Week starts next week. So April 20th to the 24th, over 40 restaurants participating. There's also an event called Snack, Sip, and Stroll. It's a ticketed $85 event during Restaurant Week, which offers a unique way to explore Morristown's diverse culinary scene. On Monday, April 20th, visit Speedwell Avenue's Chef Reddy's Table, Sushi Lounge, Parkside Tavern, and 1776. And on Wednesday, April 22nd, visit Morris Avenue's End of Elm, Town Bar and Kitchen, Non-Mexican Table and Tequila Bar, and the Morris Proper. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit morristown-nj.com/restaurant week. And I have pamphlets for everybody.
Councilman Russo.
Next planning board meeting is scheduled for Thursday, April 23rd, but I don't know if we're going to have anything yet, so we'll see. Time will tell. That's it.
Thank you. Councilman Silva.
Morris Parking Authority will meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'll be there.
Thank you. We'll move on to regular business. Ms. Kay.
Okay, we have 4 ordinances for introduction this evening. First is ordinance O-7-2026, ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the town of Morristown, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-40.2, handicap parking on streets for private residences, to amend the placard number assigned to a dedicated parking space for a resident of 7 Henry Street.
Make a motion to introduce ordinance O-07-2026.
Second?
Are there any comments or questions? On the introduction of ordinance O-7- excuse me, 2026. Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
And Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Ordinance O-7-2026 has been introduced properly by title and will be considered further after a public hearing on April 28th. Ordinance number O-8-2026, ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the Town of Morristown, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 40.2, handicap parking on streets for private residences, to add a dedicated handicap parking space for a resident of 189 Speedwell Avenue.
Make a motion to introduce ordinance O-08-2026.
Second.
Any comments or questions? On the introduction of ordinance O-8-2026, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Ordinance O-8-2026 has been introduced properly by title and will be considered further after a public hearing on April 28th. Ordinance O-9-2026, ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 13, Housing and Property Maintenance.
Make a motion to introduce ordinance O-09-2026.
Second.
Any comments or questions? On the introduction of ordinance O-9-2026, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Ordinance O-9 has been introduced properly by title and will be considered further after a public hearing on April 28th. The last is ordinance O-10-2026, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 12, Building and Construction.
Make a motion to introduce ordinance O-10-2026.
Second.
Any comments or questions? On the introduction of ordinance O-10-2026, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Ordinance O-10 has been introduced properly by title and will be considered further after a public hearing on April 28th. We have two ordinances for public hearing and adoption. First is ordinance number O-5-2026, ordinance amending and supplementing the code of the Town of Morristown, Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 40.2, handicap parking on streets for private residences, to add a dedicated handicap parking space for a resident of 55 Madison Street.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance O-05-2026.
Second.
At this time, I'll open the floor for a public hearing on ordinance O-5 only. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any comments or questions? On the adoption of ordinance O-5-2026, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
And Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance O-5-2026 is adopted. Ordinance number O-6-2026, ordinance amending Section 2-83.1 fees of Article 15, Policies and Procedures of Chapter 2, Administration of the Code of the Town of Morristown.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance O-06-2026.
Second.
At this time, I'll open the floor for a public hearing on ordinance O-6 only. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any comments or questions? On the adoption of ordinance O-6-2026, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance O-6-2026 is adopted. There are 5 resolutions on the agenda this evening. Would any member of council like to pull any for separate consideration? With that, I would ask for a motion to adopt resolution numbers R-85 through R-89, 2026.
Motion to adopt resolutions R-85 through R-89, 2026.
Second.
On the adoption of those resolutions, Councilwoman Foster.
Yes.
Councilman Iannacone.
Yes.
Councilman Silva.
Yes.
Councilman Umbreak.
Yes.
Councilman Russo.
Yes.
Council President Polipchuk.
Yes.
Motion carries. Those resolutions are adopted.
Thank you, Ms. Kay. We have no items under our old business. We have no items under new business. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Nicely done. Good job, Margot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I? I don't have a good face for